I cleaned my room yesterday. One day out of the week, I always make sure to do my laundry and put my clothes away into the closet and stuff, but I'm not talking about that. Getting trash out the floor, but I'm talking about going all out, reorganizing your room, vacuuming, putting new pillowcases on, putting your whole comforter in the laundry machine, even if it takes up two laundry machines to get your sheets and your comforter in at the same time. And there's people in and out of the laundry room saying, "What's taking so long?" And I go, "Heck if I know. Some guy's got his whole bed sheet in there, the whole kit and caboodle." But yesterday was the day I did that. Probably once a month, I'll go all out and completely redo my room. Make sure there's no foul odor when you walk in. It doesn't just smell like old caramel Starbucks frappes and Chex Mix. I will also say, since yesterday, I have completely destroyed any of the progress I made. I bought a bunch of stuff online within the last month, as people like me often do. But it all got shipped on the same day. It all got shipped and arrived here on the same day. I ordered each thing. I got some new posters, some new shoes, some crap on Amazon, and all from separate stores. All posters, Amazon, Converse, and they all got here on the same exact day. So I have a bunch of boxes on my floor, a bunch of poster paper, just thrown about my room, plastic bags on the floor, Chex Mix not on my desk. I usually snack on my desk, and then I got class, so I don't want to have a big bowl of Chex Mix there, or I'll just be getting my hands all greasy and then touching my paper and getting oil marks on my paper, and I just think I'm a sicko. But enough about why I'm disgraceful. I'm here to tell you why you should clean your room and not get mad at me for only lasting one day. I think even if you only last one day cleaning your room, it's still a good routine to get in because it just keeps you on top of stuff. And I should do it more than once a month. Of course, Jordan Peterson has that whole book about 12 rules for life. And the first one's clean your room. And he's like, it's not about cleaning your room. But if you can clean your room, or if you can't even clean your room, then why are you telling people what they should do with their lives? You obviously are not on top of your bloody own life. I haven't read that book, but I get what he's saying. I think the same thing for diets and skincare are true, which might not be true, but in my idea, it's like if you have a diet, if someone's on an all meat diet, that's not necessarily any more healthy. But the fact that you're just on top of what you're eating and keeping track of what you're going to eat that day is enough to keep you in shape. Of course, I don't recommend a all cake diet, but even an all fruit diet, the fact that you have to go through yourself and actually you have to consciously think about what you're eating. That's what keeps you in shape and on top of things. It's not what you eat, to an extent. You understand what I'm saying. Same thing with acne. I don't think... I think the key to solving acne is you can do anything. You can put anything on your face, but the fact that you're on top of it is what's going to make your acne better. And I'm sure that goes with a lot more stuff. Same thing with cleaning your room. Even if you clean your room and it gets dirty the next day, the fact that you clean your room is still, in its own right, a good thing, because it just proves that you at least, even if you're a disgusting slob like me, throwing crap all over the floor, at least you're on top of the ball enough to know that you have to clean it and be able to set aside an hour, throw on a podcast, and actually organize your entire room. Put your shoes all under your bed, the foot of your bed, all organized, and wash all the dishes you have in here, whether it's Chex Mix or old coffee mugs. But yeah, yesterday I wanted to, like I said, I was getting new posters. So yesterday I wanted to make sure I had all my wall space clean. I've been saying that since the first episode. They finally got here, by the way. It's been, 3 weeks now since I've been talking about getting these posters down, and they finally got here. I just put them up today. But my room is much more organized and beautiful. And it really is tied together much nicer. I think I'm going to, not that it's any of your business. I think I got a couple more steps to go. Of course, I need to re-clean it. Maybe I'll do that next month. I missed class today. I of course showed up for my first two classes at 8 and 9 o'clock. And then I decided to go home where my mail was at my house I grew up in, where I used to record White Coffee. I would go home, drive half an hour home, pick up my mail and drive right back. But then my dad called me and asked me what I was doing today. Today's his birthday. He had the day off work because that's what 40-year-olds do. 40, 48, I don't know how the heck old he is. That's what guys do. And he's like, where are you? I was like, I'm home. And he's like, oh, really? All right. Let's hang out. And I was like, all right. So I hung out with my dad, and I was like, yeah, I'll just blow off engineering today. They record it anyway. It's all on freaking Zoom. So I did that. And then I had to drive back in time for math. But I went to math, and I'm a freaking moron. Holy shit. All right. Everyone from the podcast, everyone listening to this right now just realized, everyone listening to the podcast just now, just listened in real time of me realizing that today is Wednesday. I'm sorry for the vulgarity, but I realized I only record White Coffee on Tuesdays and Thursdays because that's the days I don't have any class. But somehow, I'm going to jump on today and talk about all the classes I went to today. Well, clearly, Harrison, if you had class today, then it's not the time of the week that you need to record White Coffee. No wonder the first 6 minutes of this episode were boring, because you're not supposed to record on Wednesdays. Nothing happens on Wednesdays. All you do is go to class. Thursday is the day where you wake up and you're able to think about stuff on your own. Well, now you can understand why that episode was so boring. And I'm honestly embarrassed, but I'm in some ways surprised at myself for even doing that, and for making it 7 minutes in before I realized that. I've got my schedule right in front of me. I've got a calendar behind me. Not that I constantly look at those, but all signs point to today is not Thursday. I'm a moron. And yet, the listeners of this podcast came to me to hear what I had to say today. Well, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to record the next 20 minutes of the podcast on Thursday. So right now I'm going to pause it and pick up tomorrow when hopefully I have 20 minutes worth of things to talk about. But hopefully you enjoyed the first 10 minutes of this episode where you learn that I'm a freaking idiot. Do-do-da-ba-da-da-ba. All right, everybody, we're back for the Thursday continuation of White Coffee. Of course, you just listened to the first 7.5 minutes or whatever of my fumble yesterday where I did all my chores and went home and visited my father. And I came back and forgot it was Wednesday. So and it was like 3:20, and I have to go to work at 4:40, and I was like, oh my God, I got to record an episode of White Coffee. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot. So I sat down and got 10 minutes in, and of course, you heard the live reaction of me figuring out that it was Wednesday. And it wasn't when I said I'm a moron. I think, listening back, I was like, I'm in math class, I'm a moron, and then I said, holy crap. But I wasn't saying I'm a moron because it was Wednesday. The holy crap part was me figuring it out. I was just saying I'm a moron because I was talking about math class, and I am a moron in math, which isn't a good combination, being an idiot and going to math class. Of course, I'll show you the effects of being an idiot and going to math, because currently right now I have a 55% in algebra. Yeah, algebra, the class I've been taking since 7th grade. Whatever. Well, I woke up today at 1 o'clock in the afternoon with no classes. I like to at least wake up at 9 and try to keep myself on a schedule, but I didn't feel like going to bed till 3 o'clock last night. Okay, 3:30. And I woke up at 8, woke up at 9, I went back to bed, woke up at 10, and I went back again, went back to bed again, and woke up at 11. And then I was like, all right, time to get out of bed. And then I looked at my phone, and it was 12. So I guess I fell asleep again without realizing it, which happens quite often. Quite often with me. Not a good routine to get in, let's be completely honest. But I got nothing better to do. The only thing I'm apologizing for is the white coffee episode's going to be out a little later than average, but there's not a schedule for these episodes. They just come out on Thursday. Maybe when I'm rich and famous, I'll actually have a schedule, but for right now, you'll get them whenever I do them, all right? Also, I meant to go on a run. Today, and I didn't do that either, because I woke up at 1, and I realized it's 85 degrees outside, and if I go on a run, I very well may die. Sorry, my phone is vibrating because I'm a moron, like I said earlier, and I left it on the table. I do like going on runs, though, and not because running is fun, but because the results of running are fun. The best shape I was ever in my life was senior year of high school after playing soccer. 6 hours a day or whatever. Or the heck, 2 hours a day for practice. Hang on a sec. I'm wearing a crew neck right now, and it's worse than if I went on a run outside, because I seriously look like an old wax figure dripping down onto the floor. I am melting. It is so hot. But yeah, I like to try to keep myself in a routine. Like I was saying at the beginning of yesterday's episode, just the fact that you're trying is what is keeping you in shape. It's not the actual things you're doing. But today, so I wanted to do that with running, which of course I didn't do. So that doesn't count. You can't just think about, well, I should go on a run. Now I'll be healthy. You actually have to go on the run. You have to clean your room. You have to, you can't just buy the acne stuff. You have to actually use it. I think those were the 2 examples I used. I didn't re-listen to the episode from yesterday, which is, who cares? I know it was boring. Hopefully you even got this far. Hopefully I'm a little more lively right now. I was trying to think of different stories to talk about. I'm still trying to find my routine here. Should I go with life lessons, or should I go with just stupid stories? But it's tough to remember all the stupid crap I've done. It's a lot easier to remember, I don't know what it is. I don't know. And well, here's a story. It's short and sweet. So, in 4th grade, I first saw the movie Tommy Boy with Chris Farley and David Spade, and there's a scene in it when Chris Farley and Rob Lowe go cow tipping, and Chris Farley falls in a big pile of crap or mud. Big pile of mud, but there's a joke. Rob Lowe goes, that doesn't smell like mud. Anyway, so they go to the gas station and hose themselves down with the water. And there's a scene, Chris Farley's just running in place, dancing around with the water spraying on him. He goes, he's a maniac on the floor. I think that's a Flashdance reference. I don't know, I'm 19. How am I supposed to get these movie references from the 80s? I'm not a psychopath. Either way, I always thought that was a funny scene. So, in the very near future, very soon after that, watching that scene, I had gym class in 4th grade, because we would cycle through different specials. I think that's what they were called, specials. Gym, music, art. I can't remember anything else because I don't care, and I'm not in 4th grade anymore. So, gym class, we had a teacher, Mr. Leonard. He didn't like me much, which is a weird thing to do if you're 40 years old, to have a vendetta against I was 9 at the time, maybe 10. Especially if you are a teacher of that age group. If you're predisposed to having a problem with 10-year-olds, maybe teaching elementary school isn't the best job for you. Maybe. Regardless, Mr. Leonard was showing us how to jump rope in class. And he was doing extremely well, as you should be able to do if you're a physical education teacher and you're on your 15th year of that subject. So he was jump roping, doing some tricks, jump roping fast, teaching us what the heck to do and how to jump rope. And me and the rest of the students in the class were all watching him. Sorry, by the way, if my breathing is disgusting. I just woke up. I've got some clogged crap in my throat. I don't feel like coughing, but I guess if you can hear me go, that's probably disturbing to you. So right now I'm going to cough, and you're going to hear it. Good Lord, that was a lot more gross than I thought. Anyway, well, no, there's nothing in there, but that was just a purposely loud breath. All right. Sorry, I was trying to do a little, what's the word? I'm trying to add some suspense to the story. All right. So, Mr. Raymond is jump roping. The students with me are all sitting watching him, and I jump in and I go, or I don't jump in. I shout out and I go, he's a maniac, maniac on the floor, and he's dancing like he's never danced before. Well, some students laughed, I'm sure. I actually can't remember, but I would hope to God that it wasn't all for naught. Because Mr. Leonard immediately was like, Brinker, go sit on the bleachers. And I had to go sit on the bleachers for the rest of gym class, which was at least 40 minutes long. And I wasn't able to participate because Mr. Leonard is a humorless little man. So yeah, 4th grade me had a lot more courage than senior year, I guess. Last episode I talked about all the crap I did, or 2 episodes ago. But sophomore year me and junior year me really flew under the radar, which is all right. I don't think everyone has to. I think I'm very introverted compared to all the crap I do. It's the only times I'm ever comfortable not being shy or for the sake of a joke. But other than that, good Lord, other than for the sake of a joke, I'm extremely shy. I don't like talking to anybody I don't know. Giant helped me with this after I was just forced to talk to people all day, every day, and go, would you like some bacon? That reminds me of another story. I told this on the first episode of White Coffee ever, I think. But who cares? A woman came up to the meat counter and said, hey, can I have thick pieces of bacon? And I was like, in my head, I was like, that's a weird thing. We only have one kind of bacon on the display here. But they are relatively thick. So I pointed to him. I said, well, that's the thickest we got. And she goes, excuse me? And I said, that bacon right there, that's the thickest we have. And she said, no, I said I wanted 6 pieces of bacon. I was dumbfounded. I don't know. I couldn't have made that up if I spent 15 years of my life studying the funniest things to ever happen in the world. And I'm thinking that that's the funniest story I've ever been involved in. So I looked at her and I just said, oh, I'm sorry. No, not really. I was probably just like, oh dear Lord. Okay, here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The other one, there you go. Hey, there, that's the amount you asked for, correct? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. Yeah, 6. Not very friendly to the Lisp community. It starts and ends with an S. Back to what I was saying earlier. I'm very introverted. Unless it's for the sake of a joke, in which case all bets are off. Senior year, I stole a microphone at an assembly and started yelling into it, saying that seniors are the only cool class, and everyone else is a loser, which got me voted out of Homecoming King, which is all right, because I always think if anyone was going to vote for me and then didn't vote for me because of my actions, well, I don't want their vote anyway, because clearly they don't understand the real me. And that's how everyone should live their life. If you want to end up like me, who gives a crap what a freshman thinks? If they don't even know who you are, you're allowed to be friends with freshmen. But if you're on the homecoming court and people don't vote for you because you made a joke, and the whole reason you're even on homecoming court is because you're the funny guy, well then, what do you want to have happen? If you have to fake your whole personality just to get some votes, well then, you lied to everybody. If you're going to get voted on the homecoming court because you're the funny guy, and then immediately go like, all right, but now I'm just going to stay in the background. I'm not going to talk to anybody because I need to win. I'm not actually funny. I just do that as a way to get elected onto the homecoming court. Like, no, that's a lie. Sorry. Kind of like if you were running for president and you were the goofy guy. Not goofy. You were the guy that's just like, we're going to cure cancer. Well, Joe Biden actually said that. Have you guys seen that clip? This is not to get political or show any political views, but last year, I think it was June, Joe Biden was having a rally, and there's a clip of him saying, "If I win, we're gonna solve the most important problem ever. We're gonna cure cancer," which is quite a campaign promise, Joe, considering we've been stuck on cancer for 2,000 years. But if you're gonna win, feel free to cure cancer without. So I guess it'd be like Joe Biden saying, "I'm going to cure cancer," and then people going, "All right, well, we'll vote for him because he's going to cure cancer." And then once he gets the nomination, he's like, "Yeah, I'm not actually going to cure cancer. I only said that so you guys would give me the nomination." Of course, in this analogy, he's not elected president yet. It's the nomination because that's what homecoming court is. Blah, 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 blah. But regardless, don't lie about yourself to try to get onto the homecoming court or the presidential nomination or whatever, and then immediately drop all your campaign promises or your whole personality to be like, "Yeah, no, I was only pretending to be funny." Because that ain't right. Sorry, my throat is so gross. Like I said, I just woke up after about an hour. You know another cool thing about waking up? Not another cool thing. Here's another topic I wanted to talk about. I always thought, if I'm going to become a famous singer one day because of all the great music I write, it would be cool to revolutionize the way people perform songs. Like if I was ever going to write a song, it'd be cool to have one where it was where I, like in the recording studio or whatever, I just slept for like 13 hours. And then I wake up and immediately sing the song. But it'd be in that voice where you just wake up where you're like, "I just woke up." Like you can't control it. Like it's just that weird voice because you haven't talked in 13 hours and you've just been standing still. So it's just like your voice is like this and this. You just woke up like this. Now that would be a cool voice to sing a song in. Now, of course, when you perform it live, you'd either have to just sing it normally or pretend, which is, like I just said, don't pretend. Just sing it normally. People would have to understand, oh, he didn't just wake up. And if they don't, then they ain't your fans. And if they ain't your fans, then they ain't at your concert, buddy. So that would be a cool thing for a songwriter to do. Additionally, what about like wearing your retainer? I'm sure not everyone has one, but I do. I had braces from sophomore year to this summer going into my senior year. Luckily, I got them taken off before my senior pictures were taken, which is beside the point. The point being, wearing a retainer and recording a song would also be a cool thing for a singer to do. Let's be honest here. Because anything that hinders your voice, if you're able to overcome that and still perform a good song, that's impressive to me. And that would just be a cool thing to do. Even if it makes it sound terrible, it's like, at least no one's ever done that before. That's my taste in music, where it's like, even if it sucks, at least no one's ever done it before. Which at this point, talking about that, the inspiration I got from that, we're going to talk about the song of the day. Of course, last week's episode where I showed the song Skin and Bones by Cage the Elephant. I don't know how long I played that for. I think 7 seconds. I got a copyright claim on that video, of course. But at this point, I don't care. I don't make any money off these videos, so, oh no, I got a copyright claim. Oh my god, what am I gonna do? Not a copyright strike. I'm pretty sure if you get 3 of those, you're done. But I got a copyright claim. Whatever. So today's song is called Avant Gardener by Courtney Barnett, an Australian lesbian singer who is probably at least one of my favorite artists. And everyone I show her to thinks she sucks. But I like the fact that she's doing crap that no one's done before. She plays the guitar. She doesn't play it with a pick. She does it with all her fingers. And she just sings about weird stuff, but it's not like Yoko Ono, like, we're in a... Wait, what's the Yoko Ono song? Battlefield or something? Here, let me look it up while I rant about something else. So, this Courtney Barnett girl, Warzone, I think the song is called. Hang on, Warzone by Yoko Ono. Now, let's see if I can pull that up. Of course, YouTube's going to be slow. Here it is. Hopefully you can hear it through the back side of the microphone.
War zone. We're living in a war zone.
Very weird. Warzone by Yoko Ono. That's completely beside the point. My point being, it's not weird like that, where it's like, oh, that's technically not a song. You're just talking over a piano. No, these Courtney Barnett songs are songs, but they're very poetic, where she's like, I thought about it at a... Wait. I read a pamphlet at a surgery, and it reminded me of something else, and I wonder what the color of your room is. Is it cream? Is it an off-white? Like, just singing about random stuff, but doing it in a very poetic way. Not the way Blink-182 does it. If anyone wants to know, I hate Blink-182. I don't hate them, but I don't like listening to their music, because a lot of it is just, I was messed up. I dropped juice on my sheets. I'm sorry, Mom. It's just like, all right, you're doing it in a very weird way. Like, I get what you're doing. You're singing about something that, like, very mundane. You're singing, but you're singing about it, so it makes it interesting. Like, oh, no one's ever talked about sheets before. Normally, songs before this were about love or drugs. It's like, well, I don't know. Blink, that seems just it's cheap to me. So regardless, I'm going to show you someone else doing the exact same thing, but for some reason I like the way Courtney Barnett does it. The song, as I said, is Avant Gardener by Courtney Barnett. So I'm going to guess that 8-second clip is going to get me copyright claimed by YouTube, but you know what? It's worth the hit, because that is probably... It's definitely my top 3 favorite songs of all time. I highly recommend it. Avant Gardener by Courtney Barnett. It might take a minute for it to, what's the word? Stick with you? It might take a minute for you to, I don't know, really appreciate it, I guess. Maybe a few listens, but after a while you're just like, this is cool. It's like, whatever the heck. Just her mumbling around, but it's done in a beautiful way, gotta be honest. I really like it. I recommend a lot of other songs by her too, but I'll let you find them out on your own. Of course, we're getting on like the 26-minute mark, I think. I know we have we're at 19 minutes right now recording, but I have to add that 7 minutes from yesterday. Today was an interesting podcast. I was much more comfortable with the episode we just recorded now, but I kind of have to throw in that other 7 minutes. I was contemplating whether or not I should have this part be the start and then end with the 7 minutes, but I'm already 20 minutes in, and I set it up as saying that the first part led into this. So, and I don't feel like re-recording this part just so I can have it lead into that 7-minute part. So I'm going to put this part after the 7 minutes. Whatever, that's 2 behind the scenes for you. You don't need to know what goes on in my head. Let me tell you what goes on in my head. I like Girl Scout cookies. I'm a big fan of Chex Mix. I like doing the dishes. I like drinking coffee. That's really it. I don't really have much else that I need. I should have gone on a run today. Oh yeah, let me end with the moral of the story from yesterday. Just be on top of stuff. I have a whiteboard in my room that tells me all the assignments I need to have done by the end of the week. I don't know if they help me do them, but the fact that I'm pretending to be on top of it is, I think, what brings me success. So I can't recommend enough just keeping an order to the things that you're trying to do, even if they're idiotic. Just no matter what, and even with white coffee, where yesterday I thought it was Thursday, so I was like, I don't want to record an episode. It's already 3:20, but you know what? I'll do it. And I got 10 minutes in. Luckily, not luckily, but I happened to realize that I didn't need to record yesterday, but I was on top of it. Is the thing. So hopefully these episodes get a lot more popular. Of course, we get like 10 views an episode. Share these with your friends. Subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Twitter, _H_Brinker. I think there's a White Coffee Twitter page, actually. I guess you should follow that, too. White Coffee Pod on Twitter. Spelled exactly how it sounds. Get this podcast out. Let's get me some monetization on this channel. That way I can actually do it and have fun. Because right now, as much as I love to do it, I'm not gaining anything out of it. I'm trying to lay the brick to set myself up for a good life on the White Coffee channel. I can't end without saying the word of the day, which, of course, is fervor. 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 The word stands for intense and passionate feeling. He talked with all the fervor of a new convert. So passionate. Fervor. It's a noun. It's a noun. So, go out and use that word. Of course, thank you for listening to episode 6 of White Coffee, I think. I guess Thursdays are all the even number episodes, so it must be 6. And I'll see you all on Tuesday, because this episode is over.